Daily Express's Richard Lewis. Richard, good morning.
Morning, Richard.
Good morning, guys.
Rich, where would you like to start?
Well, if I may, I'll start with my paper. Jose may give up on Pog. It's a story that's in all the papers. Manchester United are actually playing later today against Borussia Dortmund. They're on tour in the Far East.
Yep.
And it's a transfer, we're talking about £100 million in. It's just like being £100 million. It's like incredible, isn't it? Juventus are holding firm on this, but equally, Jose is sticking firm as well. He's
do you know, from a Juventus point of view as well, they've got, what's his name, big centre-half, Quinny, tough, Bonici. Now,
He played in the Euros, yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about him going. I don't think they'll let both go. So
no.
I think they're playing poker.
Yeah.
And I think Josie's now said, look, get on with it or forget it. We'll move on. We'll go and buy someone else.
Well, Jose's great at mind games and all this, but
Bonici.
he's been linked with Matic and Matuidi also with PSG. Guys, £100 million. What actually do you think? I think it's just the figures are staggering.
I remember thinking, will we ever see a player on £100,000 a week, and then millions? Now you can't put it into perspective.
And by all accounts, he's been offered $220 a week. Pogba.
Yeah.
No one who's bouncing out the old private jet, Quinny. $220 a week.
The one thing I think it does send a statement out to the rest of the Premier League is Manchester United mean business next season.
Yeah,
because he is on everybody's bucket list. Pogba, any decent team in Europe, they'd all love him in their team.
Yeah.
If Man United get him with no Champions League football next year, what a coup that is.
Well, absolutely. What a coup also for his agent, because one of the papers, the Telegraph, reporting that his agent would earn £18.4 million.
Did you see Sir Alex's statement about the agent?
Go on.
Well, he said he's not my favourite cup of tea. He said we were talking to Paul Pogba when he was at United about a new contract, so on and so on. And Mino, his agent stepped in, and he said, I can't deal with the lad. He's absolutely, we're like chalk and cheese. He said, I can't stand the agent. And that's why the deal fell through and he moved on. As soon as the agent got involved, he moved to Juventus.
Yeah, well, it may eventually happen because Jose really wants him, but I think it's good for now that he is sticking to his guns.
Yeah, from the player's point of view, though, Quinny, if he's your agent, you're delighted, aren't you?
Oh, just doing the job for him, isn't he? Yeah,
well, I don't like agents, but there you go.
Oh, of course, they're part of the game and a very rich part of the game.
I don't like them. I know one or two. I've never used agents, but I know one or two, and they're just making a good living. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of managers get rid of players, Richard, and just blow them away. I don't fancy, you're not good enough, see you later. And they move on, the player's left high and dry. So,
yes.
But the player at the moment has so much power.
They really do. But it's interesting. And there's a great contrast in this because Liverpool have signed, or back to sign Georgie Wijnaldum from Newcastle. And Klopp's made
Genie. His nickname is Genie.
Genie, Klopp's made 6 signings now for just under 80 million. Now, I think quietly Liverpool are making a very good impression. What do you think?
I think they're different type of signings, aren't they? I think the signings were potentially they could be the long-term 3-4 years could be real top signings. Wijnaldum's a good player. Is he top draw? No, not for me. If you're talking Pogba and Ronaldo.
Oh, no, of course not. But I think the combination, I just think there's a good
sign
out.
A good player. I think he's
nucleus.
exciting. He's a attacking Grujic. He's impressed in pre-season. They bought him last year. They loaned him back to Red Star Belgrade. He's one player to watch out for. He is an attacking version of Matic. So if you can think of Matic with the defensive qualities, but he gets forward and scores goals as well. So.
I think from a media point of view, we think it will be Manchester United and Man City this year with their new managers. But I think Liverpool are going to make a very big impact.
Well, they'll improve on last season, definitely.
Yeah,
but Everton, at Everton, of course, across the park, are they just waiting for the Stones? They're waiting for the Stones deal to go through.
I think they are. I think that, and I think that's one that might happen. And again, another interesting move. Stoke look like they're going to complete a move for Joe Allen, who of course had such a fantastic Euros.
Joe finished the season really strongly for Liverpool.
Yeah,
and I'm not his biggest fan, but he did, and then he had a good Euros as well.
Fantastic Euros,
and that to me looks a bargain.
I think for 13 million, I think that in these crazy days of money, that is a great signing, without question.
If Stoke follow through.
It's interesting time. I say Man United playing today. They play Man City on Monday.
In Beijing.
And then Liverpool.
Was it Shanghai? One of the Beijing.
Beijing, that one. Liverpool playing Chelsea next week in California. So
crazy, isn't it? Really?
It's all these big matches before we even get going.
Do you know who we've not spoke about, Quinny? Well, I haven't. Tottenham. Not for It all seems to be Man U, Man City, Chelsea.
I think they bought Dutch striker, didn't he?
Yeah, Janssen.
Janssen, who scored a few goals. And to be fair, Dutch strikers have done well in the Premier League, haven't they?
Absolutely.
When you look at Bergkamp and Van
Van
Nistelrooy,
Nistelrooy,
Dier Kuyt did well for Liverpool.
Yeah.
So what about Big Sam then? What's the Sam saga goes on?
Well, it does go on. You know, front page Sam. In fact, the Daily Star on the front page saying that he's going to take the England job and have a rest and give his wife a break. His wife was expecting to go on cruises, but he may be able to do that still. Of course, the compensation situation, it's a story that's going to rumble on, but will actually get solved because in this day and age of money, you know, Sunderland want $3 million, that will get easily solved. And I think it's a good move because, from my point of view, I think it's got good respect and I think it'll make an impact. I think it'll make them strong. I know, Mickey, there's various
Let me ask the two of you this question then. 10 years ago, we had the Wally with the Brolly, McLaren. We've got Allardyce today. Has England moved on in that 10 years? As an international team,
in terms of winning anything,
both English managers,
no. But in terms of qualification, you know, it was. I was going to say faultless this time till they got to the Euros, wasn't it?
Well, that's the point. I think it's interesting. I think come the World Cup qualifiers, I think we've always got to ignore what happens in the qualifiers because we got so excited after the Euro qualifiers and then look what's happened. So Sam has got 2 years, nothing to be decided until if we make the World Cup.
And the youth of the squad was getting people excited.
And I think after the Euros, people want to just see a guy who can put the defence in order and just get some order to it. I think it was a real idea, obviously, in the Euros, and people just want to see a strong England side come out, and I just think Sam will get them organised. He may not be the greatest manager in the world, but he's not the worst manager in the world. I know there's different views on it all. Have England moved on in 10 years? No, they haven't. But have they moved on in 50 years? Let's be honest. You know, it's 50 years next weekend.
They played better football under Venables and Hoddle.
They did.
And they've seen an exciting brand of football under them. I haven't seen anything since.
No, but where has that got England in 20 years?
I think if you look at it and try and be positive here, I don't think there'll be any hesitation in who he's starting to live in.
How can you be positive with England now?
No, because there's youngsters there that didn't perform in the big games.
That's why I got excited pre-tournament, the Euros.
But in another September coming, okay, it's only a few months on, but you know your World Cup finals, England will qualify at that group, no danger, and these players will have played in a major tournament, so they'll be better for that, Quinny, and there'll be better players come the World Cup. After the qualifying stage, if it is in Rio, if it is in Moscow, England, them young players, the Kanes, the Dele Allis, the Diers, there'll be a lot streetwise in terms of international competition. I think Sam's got every chance here of doing well.
Sam can organise a team, and I think that's the starting point. After the shambles of the summer, I think we just want to see a team that's organised, and then we can judge from there onwards. I think that's
Quinny,
so
you're
important.
right. You should against Iceland. You should have been able to put 11 players out there with great respect to Iceland and beat them. It's like Celtic in the first leg in Gibraltar. I don't care how fit or unfit they are, they should have won that game instead of losing 1-0. Yeah. So it's a huge disappointment. But I think he's got every chance of doing better than Roy. I do.
I agree.
We'll come back to that because I want to talk Paul Clement as well. 7:14. Richard, it looks as if Paul Clement, he must be not pinching himself, Paul, but what a result he's had out of Derby into Bayern and could be Sam's number 2.
Yeah, it's incredible. But he's got such a great reputation when you think he's also been number 2 at Real Madrid and at Chelsea, the assistant manager, at PSG. Assistant manager is so important. And
his assistants and managers. And I think the one thing I will say about Sam, and he said it himself in a clip early on in the show, is that he's a big man manager. And I think man management is a huge part of football, especially modern day football. Trying to get into the brains, you know, you can have all the coaches in the world, and Paul Clement is a fantastic coach, so they could blend together. And you know, Paul, when he stepped out, just didn't fill the manager's boots, so he goes back to his role that is successful at Real Madrid. He's with Ancelotti buying, and I think it could be a good fit with Allardyce, and I could see the blend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the more football and coaching side with obviously Paul, and then the man management skills. Getting into the brain, psychological, firing them up with Sam.
Greg, his interview last night, Greg Dyke, they said, "What'd you get for leaving?" He said, "A blazer." You know,
surprised you never got a watch.
A blazer, and he was like, I won't wear it. And I thought, whoa, what? It was weird. Anyway, let's move on. What next, Rich?
Well, I think the best picture of the day is Usain Bolt on the back page of many papers with his arms stretched out.
That's on the back of the Express.
Back of the Express, particularly. Yeah, I'm not just trying to write
paper,
but
I can see it.
It certainly is. It's such a great picture.
You have to column or something, Quinn.
Yeah.
It's such a great picture.
Available for bar mitzvahs as well. But he looks happy. He's glowing,
brilliant.
isn't he? And
He's
he's drug free.
But Bolt actually was half an hour late for his press conference yesterday because of this drug test, and he's so upbeat. You know, he is the sport. He promotes such a great image, and he's saying it's good that the Russians are being banned because it will scare other countries.
For me, this is what the Olympics are all about: boat, track and field.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
swimming pool as well, track and
It
field.
is.
You know, not
It
golf,
is.
not tennis, not. You know, I'm sorry. I'm really
Not
old
football.
school. No, not football. I'm old school when it comes to Olympics.
Bolt transcends sport, particularly his sport, more than any other individual. I think in any other sport, he smiles. I think if we think back to London, you know, just even before that final, they showed him, and he was smiling before the 100 metres final. He's got such confidence, and it's not arrogance. You know, there's so many arrogant sprinters. Bolt is just delightful, and he always delivers, and he's such a great image. He's running tonight in London, about 9:52, I think his race
Do you know, I
is.
didn't realise that.
Yeah,
For me,
What's
they
the
clearly
thingy
can't be.
games, what's it
the
called?
anniversary
Yeah, but they
games.
can't be
Games.
advertising it enough. You told me this morning. I went, really?
Well,
Yeah,
if you listen
it-
to the Weekend Breaker, we've been advertising.
Yeah, it has been around. It's tonight and it's tomorrow.
Shot, pot and hammer.
We had Christine Harugu on last week. It's easy for me to say.
Yeah. try and spell it.
But it is a bit of a big deal, actually.
is, yeah.
With the anniversary games,
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
so
our,
is.
it's a send off for our British athletes to Rio, and give them a good
And
send
no
off.
doubt you're doing Tour de France as well, Quinny, on the weekends.
Yeah, what do you want to know? Chris Froome won yesterday as well.
We're
He's
in-
3
we're
minutes and
in-
50.
we're
He's
into
3
the
minutes
Alps, aren't
50
we?
We are
seconds
into the Alps. Yeah, we
lead.
are into the
Oh, he's got
Alps.
3 minutes 50 seconds lead.
And it's incredible. I think we sometimes forget Chris Froome. He's going for the third Tour de France.
Yeah.
You know, is he Britain's greatest ever sportsman? And then 2 weeks after that, he's going to be at the Olympics, and he could actually be competing on the first day in the Olympics. I think the men's road race. So going from all that into the Olympics. Incredible
There
cyclist.
was a great picture of one of the riders. He must have been out with me last night. He couldn't take the corner, hit the deck. Him and the bike went both over the hoardings, didn't it? I thought, what's he doing?
I think also we must mention there's a test match today.
Of course, Old
you know,
Trafford.
talk about the athletics, sort of forgetting about that. After the amazing events at Lord's last weekend,
1-0 down.
1-0 down. You know, Anderson back, Ben Stokes back.
Richard, will that be a kick up the backside to them because they found it so easy with Sri Lanka, haven't they, all summer?
Yeah, I think this really is a test, to play on words, and I think it's been an incredible series. I was there last Friday. It was a fantastic day at Lord's. The drama of it all. Pakistan is such a great side, but I think with Anderson back and with Stokes back, England really won revenge
Jimmy
straight away.
Old Trafford as well.
Well, exactly, yeah, and let's hope the weather stays but again, there's so much on that we almost forget about the cricket
Yeah.
today.
F1.
It's a great time of the year, isn't
It
it?
is, and yeah, F1 weekend. It's a fabulous period. And
Richard, just to finish, who do you fancy to win the Premier?
I think Liverpool. I really do.
Do you?
I really think Liverpool.
I like you, Richard.
I really do. I think there'll be so much pressure on Guardiola. and
When are you
Mourinho
going back to Mars?
in about 2 minutes. I really do. Quote me on that in a
Brilliant.
year's time.
Richard Lewis from
Thanks, Richard.
Express.